my name is Tori or Determined Jack, and today I'm going to be bringing you a video on my PAX 2017 adventures, meeting Mark, meeting Jack, meeting Ethan. I'm really grateful that I actually got to go to Boston, and it's an incredible journey, and if you are able to do it, please do. I don't think you'll regret it because I had so much fun. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. So I arrived on the Thursday around 2 p.m. and my friend Mac, she was there around the same time, so I texted her, I'm like, where are you? She's like, I'm by the baggage claim. So I ended up meeting Mac at the airport, which was really cool. And she was like the first friend I met that weekend, and that was really cool because she came from Georgia and I came from Toronto, and so it's cool that we got in around the same time and that we got to meet. As soon as I went into the taxi after meeting her, we talked for a little bit, her mom, my mom, etc. They talked, and as I was leaving the airport, I got in the taxi and Jack posted a video of him in the airport. He's at the first baggage claim area and I knew exactly where that was, so I just missed him. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm fine with it. We went to the hotel, and after a few hours, my friend Maddie arrived, and that was pretty cool to meet her. She had the room next to us, I believe. It was like across the hall. I was room 212, she was room 213. It was really cool how it turned out because her dad asked for it, and they were like, yeah, sure. And that was really cool. Later that night we went to Applebee's, and then the big day was upon us. So Friday, the first day of PAX, we got to PAX around 8. We stood in line till about 8:45, and that's when we actually got in. But thing is, Mark's line was already starting by then. It started around I don't know when it started exactly, but I knew it was, I kept on checking my phone at the PAX app. I was like, oh my god, it's filling up, what if we don't get in? And I was really nervous, and Maddie's like, you'll make it! And so as soon as I got into the building, I sprinted to the little queue room. It took all my effort to run there. I'm not kidding you, I sprinted there. But I kept on looking at signs that showed the direction, and then I kept on asking enforcers, and so I finally got there, and the line was about 75% full, but I'm glad we made it. And then as we were in line, we met up with my friend Mac again, we met up with my friend Jordan, Viv, Anthony, Olivia, and I think that's all, but if I'm forgetting, I hope I'm not, but if I am, I'm really sorry. But that's who we met that day, and we all got to meet Mark, and so basically when we got transferred into the expo hall kind of area where we actually met Mark, it was okay. I think I got pushed back a little bit, but it wasn't that big of a deal. I was in kind of the last bunch of people to actually meet him. So as we're waiting in line, his girlfriend Amy was walking down the line between, I think there was a signing with Wade next to us. So I think people who didn't get in Mark's went to the one with Wade. And she was just going down the lines, between the two lines, meeting people, and that was really cool. If I can get the picture, I will show the picture somewhere around here. She was really sweet, and after I talked to her for a little bit, she went down the line, and then she came back to me and she's like, oh my god, I have the same bag as you, just a little bit bigger. And it made me happy that she came back to actually talk to us, you know? It was really cool, and then she was really, really sweet, and she was super pretty. And then as we were getting closer to Mark's like, there's only 20 minutes left of this signing, I want to get through everyone, so make sure you have your cameras out, and if you don't, I'll break your neck. And so then I go, but then we can't meet you if you break our neck. And then he's like, well, yeah, because you lost. And I don't know what that meant, but it's on my Twitter, and I'll link the video down below if you want to see it. But it was pretty cool that I got to actually talk to him, kind of, you know. And then shortly after that, I got to meet him. So I went up to him and I hugged him, and he was like, he's big, you know. Because I'm only 5'3", 5'4". So even though he's short, technically, he says he's short, he's taller than me. So I gave him a pair of Canadian sunglasses. He tried them on. He said, I can't represent Canada like this. And then put them on the table. He's like, they don't fit me anyways. So then Tyler picked them up and he was trying them on. And so as Tyler was trying the glasses on, I got Mark to sign my badge, and then I went to Tyler, I'm like, hey, can you sign my badge? And he was still doing the funny pose, and then Mark's like, Tyler, pay attention. He's like, oh yeah, sorry. And then he signed my badge, and then while Tyler was signing my badge, Mark took my camera out of my phone out of my hands and like took selfies. I didn't realize he was taking so many, so I was doing like the same face in all of them. But then like at the fourth one, I thought he was gonna do 4, because you know, like 4, you know, I don't know. I was going like this, and then he's like, no, no, and I was just like, oh, I just laughed because his girlfriend Amy does it like aliens, and so I don't know. It was fun. I didn't cry after I met him, but it was really quick and brief, so I didn't really get to talk to him that much. But I understand because he had to get through all the people, and we were the last like few people to actually meet him. But then after, I believe we had Jack's panel, Jack's little panel. So we went directly to the area where his panel was gonna be. There was no lineup, like they weren't allowing anyone to line up yet, but we stood around in that area, and then when they finally actually let people lined up, we kind of went in. I was pretty far back, so when we were actually all seated and everything, I walked past Cine and Bob, I think, and then I got a wave to them and they said hi back, and then we got to our seats. It was kind of like, it was pretty far back, but not like in the back. I don't know how to explain it, but basically they started with the anti little video, and I thought it was a glitch at first, and I was shook. I was like, oh my god, like, you can't do that. And then Jack came out, and I was like, I cried so much during his panel, because like that was my first time seeing him in real life, and I was like, oh my god, it's Jack. And then when I was in the question line, I didn't get to ask a question, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to because I was so far back, but as I was in the question line, I was like 5 rows ahead of my actual seat, so I was like, okay, I'll just stay here. And I ended up being in line with Sam, Smoke, and Laura for a while, because the line didn't move much, but it was an amazing panel. I loved it so much. And then after, it went till 5:30, and then we walked the expo hall for a half an hour, and then we went back to the hotel. And so Saturday was more of a chill day. I know that seems kind of weird considering it's Saturday, the day of PAX, but I didn't have much scheduled for that day. It just kind of everything fell in line. Saturday when we arrived at PAX, they had the doors open early, so they didn't even really check your bags. They just like kind of shoved you through. And so we got to go in quickly, and we were there, I don't know, I think 8:30 or so. And Maddie and I were standing by the big PAX sign, and then Kathleen came up to me. I've DM'd her, we've DM'd on Twitter for a little bit. She follows me, and so she came up to say hi. That was pretty cool. And then after we Maddie and I went up to where Mark's panel was going to be. We hung around there till about like 9:30 till 1 till it actually started. Mac was with us, and then Sam, Laura, Smoke joined us again. When the actual lineup started for Mark's, when it actually got queued up, we were in like the first like 15 people to be lined up, and there I met with Milo and Kira, which was pretty cool. Viv was there as well, and so we just waited in line, and eventually like Ethan and Tyler just walked past us. Don't know why, but they did. And then they brought, the Jackbox people brought a portable TV. We got to play Trivia Murder Party while we were waiting in line, and that was pretty cool. Then we got transferred up to the big queue room upstairs, and we were in the first shoot of people to actually go in. But then the Markiplier and Friends panel, it's something amazing to experience live. There was Jack's panel, but then there was this panel, and I've watched this panel for a few PAXs, I guess. I've seen it a bunch of times, and it's something to experience live. When they announced they were going on tour, oh my god, Milo beside me was like, oh my god, they're gonna announce they're going on tour. It's tour. And I was like, I don't know. And then they're like, the reason us 5 are on stage is because we're going on tour and we're all just like, woo! But then, I know they're not gonna come to Canada, so I'm just like, you know. But then, when Ethan did the backflip, that was really cool. And then Mark got emotional at the panel, and then Ethan's like, I'm a ghost, boo, who touched you? That was the best thing ever. And like, I'm a witch, that little like improv thing that they did, it was hilarious. I loved it so much. And then after the panel, we got something to eat, and then we went to the area where Ethan's signing was gonna be. We waited around for a little bit, and then at 4:30 we actually got to go up in line. I was in the first like group of 10 to actually meet Ethan, which was pretty cool. So when I got to meet Ethan, he was really soft. He was so soft. I kid you not. So I hugged him and we took a picture and stuff, and I go, I have an odd request. And he's like, what is it? And I'm like, can you hack my Twitter? And he goes, hack your Twitter? Sure, if you have it on your phone. And I'm just like, of course I have it on my phone. But then I gave him my phone and I was like, you can tweet, you can take a picture, I don't care. And so he took this picture, if I can put it up. If I don't, then I'll look really stupid, but I hope it works. He put that picture, and he's like, he couldn't spell the word hack, which was really funny, so he kept on like backspacing, typing it out, backspacing. So he just hacked my Twitter, and that was pretty cool. And then I met Brian, who he was doing the signing with, and Brian and I talked. I was like, yeah, I'm from Canada. And he's like, wow, you traveled a far way. And I'm like, yeah, well, nobody comes to Canada, so he's like, well, I'll be doing a meetup in Toronto maybe sometime in the summer. And I was like, I'll try to be there. And then we took a picture and we hugged, and then I left. And then I think we walked around the expo hall, and then I know Maddie and we sat by the Jackbox stage again. It's basically an area where you just sit down, and there's a screen going on of just Jackbox. You could play Quiplash. It was just 50 other people, and there's different games going on, one after another and after another. So that was just a place to chill. And then I went back to the hotel, and the big day arrived. Oh my god. Okay. Sunday, the day that I was waiting for, but also dreading, because it was the last day of PAX. Sunday, I woke up the clocks changed, so I woke up at 3, but that would have felt like 2. Don't ask me why I woke up at that time. I was just so nervous that I can't sleep when I'm nervous. So I woke up, and then I actually like got out of bed at like 5, because I got ready, because we were leaving. We left at 6:15, and we got to the convention center at 6:30. The people that were in line, I think like most, if not all, were already there for Jack, because like why else would you go early to, like, you're gonna wait 4 hours for like the expo hall? I mean, I think most people were there for Jack. And so we got in, and some people, like, it was a stampede. We got to like this part where there's escalators, and you just had to go down the escalators and then walk, and you get you to the queue room. And I could see the enforcer, but I didn't know what he was saying, so I had to like kind of walk around to like the front just to see what he was saying, because I was so confused. And he's like, walk in line with me. And so I was now at the front. I didn't plan this, I didn't know what was happening. So I walk up, and we go down the escalators, and we walk. And then I knew exactly what we had to do. We had to get tickets, because that's what happened for Mark. So I walked right up to the ticket lady, and I got the very first ticket to meet him. I didn't meet him first, because people with medical badges got to go before me, which, yeah, I understand. Like, they can go before me. I don't mind. Like, as long as I had a ticket, I got to meet Jack. And so we waited in line for Jack for a few hours, and a guy with a sign that said free shrugs came by, and he was the best. He hyped up the crowd. It was great. He just would come, and he'd be like, and it was the best thing ever. I saw Cece in line, and that was pretty cool. And then we got transported to where we actually meet Jack and stuff, just like where we were from Mark. And Jack, he was behind the curtains, and you could see him because of his bright green hair. And so he was just there, and you could see him, and I was like, that's Jack. Oh my god, there's Jack. I'm freaking out. and I was like, I cannot cry when I meet him. So when he came out, he like stuck his foot out and then did a peace sign behind the curtain, and then when he comes out, he's like, wah! And he was so pretty. Like, honestly, in person, I can't believe it. So he came out, and so he met a bunch of people, and then when I finally got to me, I walked up and I hugged him. So I walked up and I hugged him and I said, "Hi, I'm Tori." And then he goes, "Hi." "Oh, hi, how's it going?" And I was just like, "You recognize me?" And he's like, "Of course I do." And like, I was just shocked because I was gonna say my username. I was like, maybe, no promises. Like, people were saying, yeah, he'll know you, but I was like, no, he won't. I was like, maybe he'll know my username. So I was like, I was gonna say my username, Determined Jack, and he was like, yeah, I know you. So that was, so I have the audio link, I'll link it down below from my Twitter. I have a video of it, but it's not really a video, you can just hear it. And then I was like, I have some gifts for you. So I put my phone on the table and I give him the moose and I give him a Canadian flag, but it was upside down, so I had to turn it up right. And I was like, it's a Canadian flag and it has my @ on it. He's like, that's some real Canadian pride right there. And I was like, you know it. And then I asked him to sign a picture, which I can include here. I have it framed now. But yeah, he signed that, and the picture, I was like, yeah, the screenshot is a video of you saying hi to me at South by Southwest Awards, and then the comment is something you left on the 9 million subscriber video I made for you. And he was like, yeah, I remember that. And then we took the selfies, and he like wrapped his arm around me, and he took 4, and I didn't realize. And so he like kept on going closer, and then the last one, the flash accidentally went off, which is why it's like darker. And that was like, oh my god. And then we started talking. He was like, you're the one who always responds to my tweets first. And I go, yeah, I have you on notifications. He's like, I was like, yeah, some people don't know how I like respond so fast. He's like, well, having somebody on notifications isn't that hard. And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? And it was actually cool that I got to talk to him, because like it was different than Mark. It was really quick. And then Jack, I got to take selfies and talk to him and hug him. So then I hugged him once more, and then as I was walking away, I started to cry full on, and I could not handle it. When we all met, Jack, Mac, Olivia, Maddie, and I, we walked down the whole thing crying, and then we just sat by a pillar and cried for 45 minutes. It was so amazing. And as we were in line, I forgot to say this, but as we were in line, his girlfriend came over, and I got to like talk to her until I told her that I commissioned her once, and she did it really quickly, and I was like, oh my god, and I got to hug her, and she's super sweet. And then after we met Jack, we just kind of walked. After the 45 minutes of crying, we walked around, and then we just kind of sat by the Jackbox Theater, we got food, and then we had to decide if we wanted to go to the I Am a Robot panel with Ethan, Bob, Wade, and Jack, or if we wanted to go to the signing with Ethan, Bob, and Wade. We ended up going to the I Am a Robot panel because I'm like, you know what, it's not being live streamed, so I won't be able to see it again, and I already met Ethan. Meeting Bob and Wade would have been cool, but like I had other things. Instead of waiting in line, I could be doing the expo hall because the panel's only an hour. So we saw the panel. I don't even know what it was. Don't ask me, because it was funny, but it was just a mess. I don't know what happened. There was like a sex machine they talked about. I don't know. It was whatever. It was fine. So after, we just walked the expo hall for a little bit, and then I had to say goodbye, which made me really sad. When I said goodbye to Mac, as she started walking away, I started crying, because I went to see her again. So then after I was crying in the taxi on the way home back to the hotel. Honestly, I cried Sunday night so much. My mom was like, come on, we have to go get dinner. And I was like, let me cry for another half hour. I told my mom what happened at PAX that day, how I met Jack, and she was really happy for me. And then one thing I forgot to show was the PAX badges. So Mark's signature, Tyler's signature, and that's Amy's. Oops, there's Amy's. And then Saturday, there's Ethan's, there's Brian's, and then on Sunday I did not get my badge signed, but that's okay because I got Jack to sign the picture. So we ate dinner, and then the next day I had to go to the airport for my flight home. And I said goodbye to Maddie at the airport, and that was my PAX adventure over. It was an amazing experience, and I really suggest trying to go if you can. I suggest bring water, bring a portable charger, and be prepared to wait in lines. The lines were long, but it didn't feel long because I was with my friends and I got to meet them, so that was really cool. But if you can try to go to PAX, please do. It's an amazing experience, and I hope to be there in 2018. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys liked it, you can subscribe wherever. I think it's down there, up there, I don't know. You can subscribe if you want to. You can like the video if you enjoyed it, and comment down below what is one thing that you'd want to do at PAX. Like, are you into more playing the games? Are you into tabletop? Are you just want to go to panels? You want to go by the Jackbox Theater, play Jackbox? Tell me down below what you guys would want to do. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will hopefully see you guys soon. Bye!